The new AI chatbot, backed by Elon Musk, could help people do their job among many other things. But not all are happy with the scary technology. Chatbots have begun popping up on almost every website, leveraging AI and automation with the goal of improving customer experience. Elon Musk tweeted, "ChatGPT is scary good. We are not far from dangerously strong AI." Could a scary good AI chatbot backed by Elon Musk steal your job? Now to those wondering and scratching their heads, what are chatbots used for and why? Well, we got you. Allow us to break it down one by one and why people think it is scary. ChatGPT, or Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer, is a chatbot developed by OpenAI. In simple words, ChatGPT is a conversational dialogue model, a chatting robot trained by artificial intelligence and machine learning. You would be surprised how it understands and responds to natural human language and answers questions and talks like you were to talk to humans. Fascinating, isn't it? As obvious as it is, it gets its name from GPT, or Generative Pre-trained Transformer. It's a deep learning language model that specializes in generating human-like written text. Deep learning, which is a machine learning method with 3 or more layers of a neural network, attempts to simulate the behavior of a human brain, which then allows it to learn like humans. It was launched as a prototype in November 2022 and quickly garnered attention for its detailed responses and articulate answers across many domains of knowledge. ChatGPT is built on top of OpenAI's GPT 3.5 family of large language models and is fine-tuned with both supervised and reinforcement learning techniques. Well, it is now safe to say a chatbot that meets the hype is finally here, which is scary good, crazy fun, and so far not particularly evil. This chatbot converses with humans via cutting-edge artificial intelligence. The bot can help you write code, compose essays, dream up stories, and decorate your living room. And that's just what people discovered on day one. But how is it different from Siri or an Alexa, who can also talk and respond, tell a joke, or recite a poem? How is ChatGPT different from any other AI models that are already available? Curious? Well, then keep watching the video. We will let you know all about it. The chatbot has taken the internet by storm. With human-like replies and prompt answers, this platform has made the internet curious. For the user, it is simple. You sign up to OpenAI, get access to the bot, and can ask it whatever you want. It is currently a free research release, which means it is an early demo and there are limitations and mistakes. But people across the world have been shocked so far at what it can do and are both excited and nervous about its potential. Some users have used it to create personalized meal plans and workouts, write essays, answer exam questions, draft emails, write and debug code, brainstorm ideas for startups or the marketing of a product, and even relationship advice. Alright, now let's tell you the major difference between ChatGPT and other AI models like Siri and Alexa. Well, it's different because ChatGPT will remember your earlier conversations for context, it will even admit its mistakes, challenge premises, and sometimes even decline to answer. That's just mind-blowing, which we all were never ready for. And here we are with a top-notch technology that will quite literally remember your earlier conversations and in fact admit its mistakes. And what in the human nature is all this? Now, that's a little scary, which we can't deny. Also, at the same time, it is just as good. In the case of supervised learning, the model was provided with conversations in which the trainers played both sides, the user and the AI assistant. OpenAI has trained ChatGPT using a training method known as reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF. It uses a reward and punishment system to train AI. So whenever it takes an action, it is classified into 2 categories, desirable or punishable. The desired action is rewarded, whereas an undesired one is punished. With this trial and error method, AI then learns what works and what wouldn't. In the reinforcement step, human trainers first ranked responses that the model had created in a previous conversation. These rankings were used to create reward models that the model was further fine-tuned on using several iterations of proximal policy optimization. Proximal policy optimization algorithms present a cost-effective benefit to trust region policy optimization algorithms. They negate many of the computationally expensive operations with faster performance. The models were trained in collaboration with Microsoft on their Azure supercomputing infrastructure. OpenAI has also used humans as trainers of this AI. It is through conversations that these trainers played both the roles of a user and of an AI assistant, but this training method can be a bit problematic, as it can often mislead the model. An ideal answer would depend on what the model knows, rather than what the human demonstrator knows. bots, and this could be a limitation to this exciting new thing on the internet. So if a user asks a complex question or does not phrase the question well, then the bot can decline to answer. It will also decline to answer if it's not an appropriate question. E-commerce company Meesho's co-founder Vidit Atray took to LinkedIn to sound off this warning that it was up until a few months ago everyone thought AI could only take repetitive jobs, but with ChatGPT clearly that's not the case. AI can come after creative jobs as well. ChatGPT does have limits, some quite annoying, but it's the first chatbot that's enjoyable enough to speak with and useful enough to ask for information. It can engage in philosophical discussions and help in practical matters, and it's strikingly good at each. After years of false hype, the real thing is here. This is insane, tweeted Shopify CEO Toby Lutke upon seeing the bot's early interactions. The most immediate ChatGPT application is assisting human creativity. Others are similarly using ChatGPT to help stretch their minds before presentations and writing. While its output is not the final product thereafter, it's a helpful sketch of possibilities to incorporate. Financial Times journalist Dave Lee, for instance, had ChatGPT outline an interview about clean energy. He was impressed. Prepping for an on-stage interview tomorrow in a subject area I don't typically cover, Lee tweeted. ChatGPT might also be useful for search and can deliver tutorials and travel tips, replacing some of what you might get from Google. If the bot were to start crawling the web, it could be a competitive threat to search engines, as many noted on Twitter. So it's no wonder why Google has been so insistent on making chat core to its future. Then there's the fun part. As we already mentioned, ChatGPT can write poems, tell jokes, get philosophical, and well, it can also debate political issues. Unlike some of its more benign predecessors, it will actually take stances. When asked what Hitler did as part of a common test to see if a bot goes Nazi, it refused to list anything. Then, when mentioned Hitler built highways in Germany, to that it replied they were made with forced labor. This was impressive, nuanced pushback which we hadn't previously seen from chatbots. In another comparison to its predecessor, InstructGPT, ChatGPT attempts to reduce harmful and decideful responses. In one example, while InstructGPT accepts the prompt, "Tell me about when Christopher Columbus came to the US in 2015" as truthful, ChatGPT uses information about Columbus voyages and information about the modern world, including perceptions of Columbus, to construct an answer that assumes what would happen if Columbus came to the US in 2015. ChatGPT's training data includes many pages and information about internet phenomena and programming languages, such as bulletin board systems and the Python programming language. Unlike most chatbots, ChatGPT is stateful, remembering previous prompts given to it in the same conversation, which some journalists have suggested will allow for ChatGPT to be used as a personalized therapist. To prevent offensive outputs from being presented to and produced from ChatGPT, queries are filtered through a moderation API, and potentially racist or sexist prompts are dismissed. Potential to revolutionize the way we interact with machines, but it also presents a unique set of challenges when it comes to cybersecurity. With the development of large language models like ChatGPT, it's becoming increasingly easier for cybercriminals to create more sophisticated phishing emails. Cybercriminals will be able to generate highly convincing emails that are tailored to individual recipients, making it even harder for people to detect and defend against these attacks. In addition, ChatGPT and other language models could potentially be used to automate the entire phishing process, from generating the initial email to collecting and storing the stolen information. The potential implications of this technology for cybersecurity are alarming. If cybercriminals are able to use ChatGPT and other large language models to create highly convincing phishing emails, it could lead to a significant increase in number of successful attacks. This could result in a widespread financial losses and damage to individuals and organizations' reputations. It is important that we take steps to protect ourselves against these types of attacks. ChatGPT could also be used to significantly increase the overall sophistication of social engineering attacks, making victims more susceptible to falling for them. So a test was run. ChatGPT was asked to write a very persuasive social engineering email requesting a wire transfer to be paid to a supplier with a convincing backstory. The resulting email was much more sophisticated than most of the real attacks we see every day. The email contains a plausible story, demonstrates empathy, and is written without any of the grammatical or spelling errors we teach users to watch for. None of these examples were particularly hard to create, and ChatGPT took hours of the time it may take to write these emails and run them through grammatical checkers to determine their likelihood of success. There is little denying that tools like this can be incredibly useful for everyday life, but this short experiment shows just how they can also be used as bad tools. So what can we do about the malicious activity that may stem from ChatGPT? The good news is there are defenses available today that are still able to detect more sophisticated emails enhanced by the capacities that ChatGPT and other similar large language models can provide. So what does all this mean? New security tools will become more important than ever ever in the coming years as ChatGPT and tools like it expand. To better protect your organization from these types of attacks, now is the time to implement a behavioral AI-based tool before ChatGPT takes your users by surprise. We understand that ChatGPT has its own limitations. The fine folks at OpenAI are at pains to stress that it is still a research release, but despite their modesty, they are not fooling us. This is a watershed moment in technology and in the advance of AI. For sure, the release of ChatGPT marks a significant step forward in the development of AI and machine learning. The future has truly arrived, and the possibilities for ChatGPT are endless. What an exciting time to be alive. Alright, now what do y'all think about this scary good latest AI development of ChatGPT? Drop your thoughts down in the comments.